Okay, we'll start this conversation over right now. Welcome back to On the Branch. We're gonna talk about fair use today because that like when I said I want Leonard French on this channel, he's gonna be our super special guest. That is like I want to talk fair use in Let's Plays because we are a Let's Play channel, and I hate Nintendo right now. Like I love Nintendo games, but I hate Nintendo as a company because of the creators program. I do think there's gonna be a lawsuit in the next, we'll say, I don't know, 5-10 years where people are going to demand the money back that Nintendo has been siphoning off of the creators program. Leonard, weigh in. Start us off.
Yeah, I hear you. There's definitely something about that. The fair use is a right. Copyright fair use is a right. That's what Lens v. Universal said. You must consider it before you issue takedowns, and you're liable for the costs of any errors that are, well, there's some details in there, but they can make a good faith mistake.
Right.
As long as they're trying, they can make a mistake. But if they're not trying, then this doesn't matter. They have to be trying.
And Nintendo knows.
Faith.
Nintendo
knows. Yeah.
Nintendo is not a tiny
willful
company.
Blindness is not good faith.
Yeah. Nintendo is not like indie game developer that doesn't have a legal team. They know what they're doing is probably not legal in the United States.
Well, it might not be legal. Definitely, they're getting away with it, but they're getting away with it because it's very impractical to assert these fair use rights without being prepared to fund a lawsuit, as well as having all the facts in your favor so that you'd win a lawsuit. The fair use is a bit of a spectrum. It's a bit of a scale. It's not everything is. You can't say black and white things are fair use or not fair use. Let's Plays are fair use or not fair use.
Right.
It needs to
absolutely.
be this individual fair Let's Play. Is that fair use or what?
Yeah, I totally agree with that because I think it can be. Ooh, we're gonna have to. I think a Let's Play can be not fair use. Like if all you do is play a game, and like complete silence the whole time, that might not be fair use. That might be strictly a performance of the game.
Yeah.
Then again, I think a speedrun is fair use, which is strictly a performance of the game, but in a very specific way. I don't know how to describe that.
So let's compare some examples, I guess. I really liked the PlayStation game Heavy Rain, but that seemed to be more like an interactive movie than a video game. Although I was making choices in it, it seemed like a choose-your-own-adventure. So I would say that a Let's Play of that is closer to not a fair use because it's more like you're just displaying a movie or performing a movie. Now, I'm not saying it isn't a fair use or is a fair use. That's a really hard question. We're just going to be talking about, or I'm just going to be talking about like how it kind of falls on the spectrum, right?
Right. Ooh, didn't mean to go through that door.
How about like this game that we're playing here with Shantae?
So I think this is barely a fair use because we've done so much of the talking on I would err on the side of fair use with this, but we have been doing.
Oh, even
a lot
without
of,
commentary, is it transformative? Like
I'm not.
The game does not play itself. This is not an interactive story. This is a video game that also has a plot.
We got a sexy genie that senses an energy in this. We're gonna get a power. We're gonna be the babe with the power, Leonard.
Allow your magic to take shape. You got the monkey dance.
Okay. What's our dance button?
Hold the dance button.
Yeah. We have a dance button.
What do you mean? What's the dance button? I have a dance button right here on my keyboard between the Boogalooga button and the twerk button.
I have to. Oh, that's our dance. Okay.
There we go.
How do we
doing
transform
the hooty hoo?
Emeritus.
Let me pop in here real quick.
Okay, Emeritus popping in.
She has 3 different segments of dance. I believe it's the first segment of dance is the
Oh, I just let go. Oh, okay. I just let go and she transforms. Okay.
And now you're a monkey and you can go anywhere. Cool.
Yeah, I'm a little cute little adorable monkey, and it is a monkey, not an ape. Yeah, it's small. It has a ringtail, and yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's hard for me to articulate this. I should have thought about this more recently because I have thought about it a lot, what I would consider fair use and what I would not. Like something where it's just B-roll. I don't think of as fair use. So like, have you seen the channel Review Tech
Sure.
USA?
No, doesn't ring a bell, but I'm familiar with B-roll.
It's a talking head, and like it might not even, the subject matter might not even be video games at all, or the game in question. It is
Just using background footage.
I
sure.
absolutely do not consider that fair use. Not that I consider it like worth a company's time to pursue.
Monkey.
Yeah, thank you. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of YouTubers use B-roll that is legal and licensed, like video game footage that has been released for, you know, this is your press footage or whatever for this video game or whatever.
Right, or Bethesda has said, Bethesda might say, hey, you can use our, you know, we grant free license to anyone to use our game footage for whatever, as long as you're not like, I don't know, just showing cutscenes or something. Or even then, sometimes people don't care. Like, I remember Nintendo got so, like, worked up that they would copyright claim stuff that they had released as, like, press material. Like, that's how bad they get.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
well, I understand why they do it. They want to control the content that goes out there because they want to maintain, like, a family-friendly image. They want to just have complete control of the content of their games that makes it to the internet. Unfortunately, we don't live in a world, or I guess fortunately, we don't live in a world where a company has complete control over that stuff. Like, you know, when I bought my copy of Super Metroid at age 15 from a swap meet, I did not sign a license agreement saying I would not perform this in front of people. Like, obviously, I can't take the art assets from the game and in a non-transformative way just post them on the internet. For you know, personal profit or even non-personal profit, I think. This is an agreement point?
And then, well, so I wanted to take it one step further then. Like, this game is like a, you know, it's kind of like a interactive, it's a video game with like a plot, but then there are like puzzle games that have like no plot whatsoever. Good job.
Yeah.
And it's just,
I fell.
And it's just like Tetris, for example. Like, how hard would it be to have a fair use of you playing Tetris or PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds? Like, come on, like, you're doing all of the work there. There's no story, there's no background, there's no creativity beyond the game itself, and you're the one playing it. So I really do think that there is a really good fair use argument there, or transformation argument. Like, it's a new copyrighted work and you're just performing it. But that doesn't mean that there wouldn't be a huge fight getting certain corporations like Nintendo to agree.
Right, especially if you're talking to a judge. I mean, how do you... Oh, damn it. How do you talk to a judge about, like, introducing the subject? Like, if you have a 60-year-old judge who is never, like, not even familiar with the topic of a Let's Play. Like, does he just have to watch...
That's why you need a good lawyer.
Does he have to watch 80 hours of PewDiePie and Game Grumps and Markiplier to, like, get a handle?
He doesn't want to watch anything,
right.
So you've got to figure out how to get him to watch as little as much or as little as you can get him to watch.
Like, basically make, like,
summarize everything really well. Yeah, oh yeah, this is the talent of a good lawyer right there.
So, like, Game Grumps episode 16 of Wind Waker, like, is our ultimate, here's what fair use is. Sorry, that's a very famous episode of their channel that was like a transformative moment in their show, because it went from being like all butt jokes and dick jokes to sometimes we had to talk about really serious stuff and like talk about self-improvement. I don't know how to describe that better without like preparing and my thoughts on it. But yeah, so you obviously, if you're the lawyer that's making the case for Let's Plays as fair use, specific, you know, especially a specific Let's Play as fair use, or a specific channel. Where do I go? Meredith, help me out here. Bring up that walkthrough you had me on.
John, have you tried whipping all the blocks in this room? And also...
I always whip my hair back and forth, Meredith. Thank you very much.
And also, back before you got the monkey power, you went in that room and you saw, oh, I can't go up this room.
Right, but I don't know how to get back to that room. I'm dumb. I'm sorry, Meredith. I'm dumb. So, okay. It sounds like we're unfortunately in raucous agreement. So I'm not sure if we have a point of
Oh well, no,
disagreement.
we can have. I was about to go into why what the argument would be against fair use, is that all of this. I'll take what's on the screen here with what's her face, Shantae. All of this was obviously created by a video game developer who put in a shit ton of work, hundreds or thousands or more hours, drawing things on the screen, developing sounds, developing music,
I can't
programming
go up,
the actions.
Tell me why I'm dumb, Amerith. Amerith, tell me why I'm dumb. Why can't I? How can I get up here?
What's the platform with the spikes for?
The platform with the spikes? Down
Yeah,
here?
it's got to be something. What does that
Maybe
do?
I could like walk through the wall.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because she keeps like motioning me to go back to this room, and I'm confused as to why. Anyway, I'm enjoying this conversation with Leonard J. French Esquire, attorney at law. So gonna say that as many times as I can. So yeah, the assets in the game are a huge undertaking, and there's a lot more work went into making what we're playing here than is even going into the production here.
And you're performing their game, right? You're in public streaming or recording and releasing or whatever. You're showing it to other people in a public forum, and you're showing them their work. Like
in a
the
public
video game
forum
developer's work is being shown.
In a public
performed.
forum is the important part, right? Because like obviously,
Right, and that's a copyright. That's a Section 106 like enumerated copyright. It's like in black and white. It's one of the lines itself is that they have the protection against distribution or performance in a public forum, etc., without proper licensing.
And of course,
so you
like,
should have some kind of permission or have paid a licensing fee.
And maybe that's where ultimately where it might end up is it might be like paying the compulsory like a radio license fee for music, like it's just an automatic thing and you pay a percentage of possibly a percentage of what you make off the Let's Play. Definitely not as much as Nintendo takes, because I think they take 40% or something like absurd.
That's the question. Is like, what is the split there? Is it a licensed thing or is it a fair use thing? Do we need permission? When do we need permission? How do the 4 fair use factors apply to a Let's Play? We actually need a court to go through and give us these answers.
Yeah, but
and
it's
we really won't be able to do that
system,
until someone's willing to fund it, and that's going to be a very expensive. I mean, the Imagos case was fairly inexpensive, and that was still close to $20,000. It's going to be 10 times that to fund the first fair use Let's Play case. Look at H3H3. I don't know if they revealed what their final bill was, but it had to be over $100,000.
Amerith is directing me. Maybe we'll figure out where we're supposed to go right now. Yes, we got it. That was kind of an obscure secret there. All
Maybe
right,
we should reveal what you found on the next episode.
That's a good idea. Have you been timing us? Good job, Leonard.
No, I wasn't. I was just thinking.
You're just guessing.